our outdoor kitchen has a nice little rain-covered jacket.
Well, hello there. Today we are making a cover for our outside kitchen that we made a couple of weeks ago. Works out great, very handy to have outside, but if it stands outside for a bit, you get this, it gets dusty. We decided to make a cover and we found some great material that actually matches the wood we have on there pretty well. The fabric is basically just vinyl tablecloth. That will keep it nice and clean. Let's get started by measuring.
That's right on 75.
127, let's call it 128. We're gonna call it about 90, that'll hang about here.
Yeah, you don't want to sweep it on the floor because then it might get soggy.
90 centimeters drop.
We're gonna need 5 panels, 4 to go around and 1 for the top. We'll now work out how big all the panels need to be, and very importantly, when sewing you have a seam allowance, so we'll add a couple of centimeters on each seam just to make sure we can sew it tidily.
Top panel. We've got our pieces cut. We've put them together with some Wonder Clips. We've put a fine needle on our machine to make sure that the holes in here are as small as possible because we want this to keep its waterproofness. First time stitching vinyl, here it goes. I'm using a 1 centimeter seam allowance. And that's our first panel stitched on, and it looks pretty neat. Now what we're doing is, this is the top piece and this is one of the side pieces. So we're first gonna make a band. So side piece, top piece, side piece, and then we'll put the front and back piece in afterwards. Now we have one giant band. Seam is here, the other seam's here. We need to put the other piece in between. And we're gonna hope that we measured everything right. Keeping right sides together. That should go in here. The first thing I'll do is put on some Wonder Clips to edge up the vertical seams up to the point of where it does the horizontal seam. This will be the vertical seam. At that point here, I'll have to pivot and continue all along this side seam. Don't think you really have to put these together with clips because it's kind of very obvious where you need to go, but I just kind of like having the little guides to make sure everything's nice and tight together. Because as I said, I've never sewn with vinyl before, so it's all a bit different. And then we get to the next vertical seam where we'll have to pivot again. At this point, kind of get the 3 pieces coming together here. Clip it in place already so that I know everything's lined up. I'm coming up to the point where I have the seam of the first bit I did, and I want to end up stitching like just before I reach that seam and pivot at that point. You can feel that seam under here. Okay, that should be a safe zone. And then I can pivot this whole thing so I can do the horizontal seam. Well, the top piece keeps going that way and the bottom piece that way. It's like they want to stay together. This is why I work with like cotton fabrics. They don't slip like this.
Try satin.
I don't want to try satin. I'm getting close to the other corner again. Okay, that should be the point to pivot. And as I'm pivoting, I'm making sure that the part that I've done gets shoved out of the way so I don't stitch that to the new part. Because that would be a thing that I could do. And there we go. Back stitch. Let's have a quick look to see if my corners actually turn out as they should. Oh, neat. Okay, final bit. We do the same thing for the final panel. Attach it all the way around. Pivot on the corners. And that should be the cover done. All stitched up, time to turn this right side out, and hopefully I did it all right. And now, does it fit? That looks neat and tidy. I like it. What do you think, Niels?
I think it looks great.
We tried.
And we seem to have succeeded. Shock or horror. Look at that, eh? Not bad at all.
And there we have it, our outdoor kitchen has a nice little rain-covered jacket. And considering how rainy it gets in Belgium, it will certainly come in handy. We hope you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching and please subscribe!